Hi, I'm Sheila Gallien, and I am a certified hypnotherapist and therapeutic imagery master. And one of my specialties is all things anxiety. And I want to talk to you today about 5 ways that you can quickly shift out of anxiety. First, I need to say that your health and safety are my primary concern. So, if you have been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder or believe that you may have one, if your anxiety is pervasive and interfering with all phases of your life, then please also check in with a psychotherapist or medical professional before you try any of these techniques, even though they're very, very simple. So, that being said, what are the conditions of anxiety that I'm speaking about shifting out of? Basically, what we're talking about are physiological, psychological experiences where you go into fight or flight, where your nervous system is activated. You may feel your heart racing, your stomach sick or nauseous or tense. You may feel your head kind of swimmy. You can't really think straight. And anything might actually precipitate this. It might be something someone says, it might be driving, it might be getting on an airplane, it might be getting ready to go into a public speaking event, or it might just be having conversation with someone that's difficult or seeing somebody that triggers these feelings of anxiety. And these include panic attacks as well. So, what we're able to do with our powerful minds and our brilliant bodies is we can choose very quickly to intervene and to regulate our body, to bring it down, bring it from fight or flight into that rest and digest. And it may seem impossible at the time, but I promise you that if you practice these super simple techniques, you'll begin to feel the experience of shifting and you'll begin to feel the power that you have within yourself. And the first techniques I'm going to talk about involve breath. And I know some of you are going to be like, "Ugh, breathing. I don't want to just breathe." And I once believed that breathing was, well, it's not that breathing itself was stupid, but I'm like, really? Breathing is going to get me out of this, or breathing is going to help me quit smoking, or breathing is going to, help me change my behavior. We're not talking about a whole big breath attack. You don't have to be Wim Hof. You don't have to do ice baths. You don't have to do extreme and long uh, chains of breathing. You just have to learn to take that first shift. And you'll be amazed that all of these breathing techniques and the other two techniques that I'm going to teach you can actually shift you and start to build that confidence that you can have control over your thoughts and actions. So the main thing is, once again, we want to regulate the body so that the mind starts to clear. And then you have a clearer outlook on what you're trying to get through. You can reframe whatever's happening to you in the moment and use all of your skills, all of your adult senses, instead of being sent right into, I'm fighting a saber-tooth tiger, which is our ancient system's reaction, our limbic system's reaction to anything dangerous. So, the first breath that I'm going to show you is a form of diaphragmatic breathing. And you're going to have to just trust seeing my stomach, but we're going to do it in 2 phases. So, that is simply you're going to breathe all the way into your belly so that your belly rises, pause, and then breathe into your chest, and then exhale. It's the long exhale on all of these that are actually, where the money is. But getting breath into the body in this way, and the other two I'm going to show you, you'll begin to feel there's a kind of a, you might mistake it as lightheadedness. And in fact, if you feel that, make sure you're sitting down. If you're going to do more than one or two of these breaths, it's a good idea to be sitting down. So once again, you breathe in so that the belly rises. Pause, breathe into the chest, and exhale. The next breath I'm going to show you is actually my personal favorite. And when I researched where it actually came from, I believe it actually came from a singing technique. But for some reason, this is the breath that really works for me. And that's why I'm giving you a few. And that's to breathe in through the nose. And then you're going to hiss, make the sound of a tire hissing. It's so funny to watch. And again, you want that hissing, that exhale to be longer than your inhale. And make sure this one in particular might make you feel a little bit lightheaded, so make sure you're leaning against a wall or sitting down. Apparently, if you do this for several minutes, it really has a calming effect. I personally only do it a few times because it's just enough to shift me back into my body. I hope you were doing it with me that time. The next breath is has a little bit of an addition to it, which I learned from one of my professors, and that's we're gonna add some focus to your eyes first, and then you're gonna do what's called the rose and the candle. So first, if you're having this experience where you're feeling in a panic, you're feeling that anxiety, choose a color, any color, and find 3 items. I'm gonna pick white. Look 3 times, and then you're gonna breathe in like you're inhaling a rose, and exhale, pursing your lips, blowing a kiss like a candle. Now, the pursing of the lips is really, really important. This is what activates the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve is what's allowing the calming of this system. If you wanna look into polyvagal theory, it's really fascinating. Diaphragmatic breathing, really fascinating. I just wanna stay focused now on the tools because I can just tell you that calming is our number one goal here. Calming is shifting out of anxiety, and I think if you've been practicing along with me, you can already feel how this would just help you reach a certain calm. So one more time, you're gonna find 3 items. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in through the nose, smelling the rose. And then a longer exhale, make sure you're blowing a kiss with the lips. Now, the next technique is not a breath. The next technique is a progressive relaxation. And we're gonna do a quickie version of it and then a longer version of it. So the quickie version is if you're in a situation where right at the moment you feel it rising or where you need to calm down, like you've got to walk into a room and you've got to become calmer, but you don't have someplace to go sit down and take 2 or 3 minutes. So you're going to tense all of your muscles all at once. Tense all the way up from your feet, all the way up. Don't clench the jaw, just do a little scrunch around the face. Tense and release them. I know it seems ridiculous, but this is really effective. And if you want to follow that, tensing all of the muscles, maybe for 10, 15 seconds, and then letting it go. Now, if you're in public and you can't do the face, you can still do pretty well just tensing the whole body under a table if you're in a meeting and letting go. And if you can follow that with a breath, that makes it even more powerful. Sorry, that was probably really windy. Now, when you have a little bit more time, and this is actually really effective for going to sleep at night, if your mind keeps racing, then you take your body in sections and start from the bottom. So you're going to squeeze your toes, and then you're going to release, and you're going to squeeze your legs, and you're going to release, and so your middle, and you're going to release, and then your shoulders and arms, and release, and then again coming up to the face. Don't clench the jaw. Just bring tension around the face. Emily, I feel let my cat in. Be right back. He always knows. He'll probably show up now and join us. Okay. So once again, I want to go through that progressive release. If you just want to have one general release, you tighten all the way, all the muscles, get the glutes, everything, uh, and release. And again, this is a way to regulate the body. And then if you want to do it from the bottom up, you're going to start with the feet, with the legs, 5 to 10 seconds, but I'm doing it a little faster now. With the center of the body, Arms, bring it all the way up into fists, all the way through the shoulders. Oh, tighten the shoulders. And then up to the neck without clenching the jaw. I'm getting too relaxed to even finish this video. Now, the last technique is it's a tool that we actually use in hypnotherapy. But you can actually use this in self hypnosis. And if you want to learn self hypnosis, there's a free download off my site. You can find my site at sheilagallien.com or droppingintopower.com or droppingintopowerhypnotherapy.com. And I'll put all of those in the notes below. At the very bottom of the page, there's a download button. That takes you an MP4. I don't know why Squarespace won't let you download MP3s, but you'll get an MP4, which has no video. It's just my voice walking you through a process of learning self hypnosis. And it's a really powerful, detailed form of self hypnosis that's very easy to learn. You just have to repeat it a couple times. So once you're in self hypnosis, then you're going to create a state of calm. And your intention would be something, the suggestion that you would craft for yourself would be something like, I always am able to bring myself back to this place of calm. And then using that energy, you're going to use the tool that we're calling anchor. Now, if you work with a hypnotherapist, it's a very common tool that we use when we get you into a beautiful, powerful state of calm and relaxation. Then we anchor that feeling so that we actually can build that neurology, build that literally wire that pathway into you, your ability to recognize and shift into calm under your own control and from your own choice. So, what we would be doing, anchoring in self hypnosis or in hypnosis, is you're going to breathe in. So, this would be something you set up ahead of time and then you can use as a tool. But you breathe into the count of three, hold to the count of three, and then release to the count of six and let go of the fingers. And so this is something we do in hypnosis and reinforce. Once again, that's bringing thumb and forefinger together or whatever fingers you choose. Breathe into the count of three, hold to the count of three, and release to the count of six. Now, there are many different kinds of breaths. There are many types of options. What I really want to impress upon you is how easy it is to shift by just choosing any one of these things. And I promise you, if you begin to use them, you don't have to make a big deal about it, but you are allowing your body, you are signaling your body that you are ready to shift. You are shifting. And then once you start to calm, your mind starts to clear. And you have the opportunity to make the choices you want in these situations rather than having those situations control you. So I hope this is helpful. If it is, please like my page. You can also find me on Substack. And if you are interested in getting hypnotherapy support for yourself, I offer free 30-minute Zooms. And I would love to talk to you about whatever it is that you are wanting to change in your life to bring you more health, more happiness, more joy, more prosperity.